Hi, this is All Scale Slot Cars. I'm Dennis, and this is my first ever Formula One slot car from a Carrera Digital. And this is something I've been wanting to experience for the longest time, basically since I got back into slot car racing a few years back and discovered the magic of Carrera Digital. And this is something that hasn't been released by Carrera. Every year they release, I don't know, 30, 40 cars. And I always look for if there's a Formula One on that release list, but there hasn't been ever since I've been back into it. This is one from, I think, 2020. That was one of the last ones released. And I see them, you could see them secondhand from time to time, and they go for outrageous prices. And I just didn't want to pay for something like that. I was going to wait for the new releases, but it gets kind of tiring to just wait when you just want to experience and feel what it's like. Now, if you're into slot car racing, you know that it's not just this toy that has the same feel. Every car is slightly different in feel. They drive slightly different. And I wanted to experience what that felt like to become one with the car, so to speak. Even though when you have your controller, it's kind of a strange feeling that you have this separate controller, but you can actually hold this in your hand and feel that as it goes around the track, feel the nuances of that car. You become one with it holding this. It's just a strange phenomenon, but it's true, and anybody who knows knows. So I wanted to experience what it was like. You could see it on videos, you could watch it going around other people's tracks, but there's nothing like feeling it in your hands and remotely becoming one with the car. And I wanted to have that so desperately, but I didn't want to pay the secondhand prices that were astronomical, and I was going to wait, but things got the better of me, and I decided to go after one. And it's a little bit before the time I was involved in, my re-emerging into getting into the auto racing and slot car hobby. And so there's not a particular connection that I have with this, other than it is a Ferrari. I said, if I'm going to get one, it's going to have to be a Ferrari. And hopefully soon, maybe next year, if ever, they release some more of these. Carrera has released in the Go form, the 1/43rd scale. And they normally do release a few of these every year or so. And these are the latest from a year or two back. They released 4 cars, which is outstanding. And I thought that was a good sign of things to come when they released these 4. But still yet no 1/32nd scale. So hopefully someday soon. I would love to see. They always have Hamilton and Verstappen. They release that like with every release. So if they do release a few of these, I'm assuming one's going to be a Hamilton and one's going to be a Verstappen, which there's going to be a change where Hamilton is coming into Ferrari next season. So that'll be very interesting. So that might be the Ferrari release if they do something like that. Or even if they release more of these, it would be great to see a Hamilton in the Ferrari and a Charles Leclerc. I would love to see that. This is a Sainz model. If they had the Leclerc and the Hamilton, that would be fantastic. And also a Lando Norris. But if they make them in the Carrera 1/32nd scale, I would be in paradise. That would be beautiful. So we can only wish. But in the meantime, I want to take this car around the track and just experience it. And I want to bring you along with me. So let's put it on the track. I've already pre-coded to my controller, but I haven't taken it around yet. So let's experience this. I know it's not the same, just like I said, it's not the same when you are watching somebody else's car around the track, but this is my first time, so let's go for it. Now, I'm not going to take it at full speed and go crazy because there could be some parts here that I don't want to damage, but it does drive beautifully, and that's the original tires. And Very nice. It's a little on the loud side, but it's still driving nice. And I actually love it. I love it. And if they ever release some more of these, I will get anything that comes out because I absolutely love this. It's a great feel. And what an incredible car. And I love it. Now this one is the Sebastian Vettel car that came out from, I believe, 2020 or 21, maybe 19, somewhere in that era. Now, for the time being, I'm keeping those tires because I love that effect of those tires, and I usually change out everything I have to the Paul Gauge urethane tires, but this car is probably not going to get raced. This is just something to take around the track and just have the joy of just taking a few laps every so often whenever I have the inclination to just feel what it's like. Take it out of the box, run it a few laps, put it back, because it could be fragile. You might wind up breaking a few things if you do decide to race it. I was also curious on what comes in the little parts baggie. What would they have with a Formula One car? And it's the same typical, the extra guide blade, which I will be replacing that with the Frankenslot or slot invasion guide, which is a little deeper and longer, which I do with every car. So even though this isn't going to be raced, it's still going to get the guide. I'm not going to get the tires. I'll keep those tires for as long as they want to stay. And if, you know, in the future, if it need be, they will get changed out if something happens. Now you get your two extra contacts, and you do get mirrors. You do get mirrors. So you get replacement mirrors, which I was never sure what comes in the box. Would you get an extra wing or anything? But that's what you get, at least with this one. And probably most of them are like that. So that's my experience, and thank you for coming along and sharing the joy. And have fun racing, and if you have a chance to pick one of these up for a decent price, or hopefully if they decide they want to come out with some more releases of these, I think they're going to have a lot of support with this. So have fun racing, and enjoy. Take care. Thank you.